And we'll get a look here at Trey Lance. He's coming off a quality showing last week, well over 300 yards in that one. It's the Bucs and the Bears, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Well, the Florida humidity certain to be a factor in this one. There's no other way to say it, really. It is hot. It is humid here at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And they looked awfully good last week and came...
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. So here are the Bucs backed up to start their initial drive. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
In recent years, we've seen a lot of love for North Dakota State in the NFL draft. And Trey Lance, he's a great example of what the Bison are sending to the league each and every year. This guy looks like a franchise quarterback. He wants his opportunity to prove it to the rest of the league.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. This defense for the Bears, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of the game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done. Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they'll be led by their 5'11" quarterback, and a mobile one at that. From Temple, it's P.J. Walker.
This is a guy who truly believed in himself coming out of Temple. He bounced on and off practice squads for 3 years without an opportunity. And his big break, it came in another league. The unofficial MVP of the revived XFL led his team to an undefeated record with 15 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions in a shortened season before the league folded. A little bit on the small side, but he showed in his journey outside the NFL, he has what it takes to lead a team.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. A former Seminole back home in Florida. It's Dalvin Cook. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. First down, here's the run with Cook. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago. The slot man in motion right. Again, it's Cook. Down to the 25. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 17 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, but he certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now Walker. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The third down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
They'll run with Cook. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And they go play action. Here's Walker. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. P.J. Walker. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, it's Lance. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. He'll take this to the 46. You look at this Bears defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. They'll need. Here's Lance to throw it. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make
practice in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 3.
At the 29-yard line.
Cook now off the read option. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Boy, left that first defender grasping at air as he winds up getting a full 8 yards on that play. On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Walker now. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he will have the Bears first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown. DJ Moore, 29 yards. And the Bears lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Gold with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Now Lance on the option right. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. First down. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Opting to run again here with White. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Here's Lance. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
On 3rd down, the defense decided to blitz. A very good job of recognizing it, stepping away from the pressure, and finding open space to scramble and pick up a first down.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why they look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Throwing his Lance on third down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Brings up fourth down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Second down, they go right back to Cook. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the shotgun, it's Walker. Open man, this is Lewis. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Left side, Cook. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And he gets it down to the 32. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season. A sack in the opener and a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Walker. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears add 6 to their lead. Well, CD, that's his second touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Knight, and he stopped immediately there. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Lance. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And he fends him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bears take over. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him, maybe even have a third person in the area, and trying to dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while, because I don't know that their talents are his. Because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. The same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. This offense so far on 3rd down, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 8. Locates Mooney on the out route. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
That's complete to Mooney. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Option play, and Walker's going to run with it. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Fighting to the ball carrier there was Carlton Davis, and he finishes that play off.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
He's going to keep this again, and holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Javon Kinlaw coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And Lance now to throw. He's got Granson over the middle. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Stopped on the play by Jaquan Brisker. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 5. Lance looking to throw it. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On first down, Lance. Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16, and another first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do.
And this is caught inside the 5, and out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A gain of 32 that time.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. White is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go. Looking for Brown, and he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Buccaneers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they'd only had the field. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and it makes the score 21-10. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, and that one finds the Falcons out in front. The Falcons seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Tyler Boyd, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Josh Allen has a touchdown pass.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Khalil Herbert to return it from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 73 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now Walker. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when you talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. To throw is Walker. That pass complete to Moore. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Holding offense.
Come on, baby. We got to do our job. We got to do our job, man.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Walker. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
The kick by Gold is good, and the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
The Lance going to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. It's a gain of 16. First down, Tampa Bay.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter, and the entire fourth quarter. Stranger things have happened.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down. Here's a toss right side with White. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go with them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a first down. Now Lance. That's taken in by Palmer. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up second down. Up the middle they go. It's Knight. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. On the option, running left is Lance. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Throwing now is Lance. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head.
And the pressure gets to him again. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this one is right through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's when your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
DJ Moore headed back out as the Bears take over on possession. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here. 3rd quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. And it's fielded at the 34. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kid that can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. On second down, it's Knight. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
It's now 3rd down and long.
On 3rd and long, it's Lance. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 96 yards rushing now for Cook, and this is a first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Option play, and Walker's going to run with it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
2nd and 10. At the Buccaneers, 43-yard line.
Cook now off the read option. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This offense on 3rd down today. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
A 55-yard attempt.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will remain an 11-point spread. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still every finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10 at the 45. Palmer going in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. From the gun on third down, Lance. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Desperation time here. Lance. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on fourth down, but come up empty. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Now Walker. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Walker now. And this will be caught by Mooney. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 17-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. It appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Moore, the motion man. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Bears are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. 5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. He finds his man complete. That's Knight. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Lance to throw it. He's got Granson, his tight end. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the 38 now. Here's 2nd down and 1. Now Lance again. Oh, Lance Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Lance now on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Knight. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Off of play action, here's Lance. Rolling to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now a stoppage here for an injured player. And oh boy, that's Trey Lance, who appears to be worse for the wear. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. First down, here's White. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Knight. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Ball start.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Play action, now it's Lance. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Gold to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The attention shifting back to Chris Godwin and the rest of the Tampa offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. It's complete to Brown, right side. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Working from the gun, Lance. And that's caught by the tight end, Granson.
I I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Throwing on first down is Lance. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. To throw, it's Lance. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Lance. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Palmer. A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Lance looking to throw it. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
That's another Buccaneers 1st down.
And Lance going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Trey Lance taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bucs get a bit closer. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the... Looking for Brown, and he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. De'Ami Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Down the numbers. There he goes. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Onto the field now come the Bears. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now, hang on here. Not what you want to see, because Dalvin Cook injured, at least for the moment, and in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
1st down, Bears.
Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, you know, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that, because so many times we'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going, and points become a little bit harder to score near the end of games, as we know, because everyone tightens down. But no such issues in this game. The scoring started right away and held up at a steady clip the remainder of the game.
So for the Bears, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.